I've been overseas, you've been on your knees. No, you begging, please. It's a couple things that I can't feel, but I can't feel my face. It's a couple things that I wish I could, but I can't replace.
Alright guys, so we took no trades. Today basically was more of a tape reading session since we're just getting back into it. Today is day trading day 10. I'm gonna show you guys the trade I was gonna take right here, which was on a 3-minute confluence. The first one was gonna be off of this inverse right here. As soon as we got it, I thought we were gonna retrace. Never got the retracement. So then we created a CIBI, and I was expecting this candle right here to retrace and then move lower to reach into this 5-minute buy side imbalance. And the main reason why was because is if you look at the chart, we're just back and forth, then we move down, we're gonna come back up, move down, come back up, and then chop around for a little bit more. There is no real higher time frame narrative behind this trade. So this is kind of why I wanted to be in and out pretty quickly. Because there just really wasn't anything. And on the 1 minute, we had a market maker model. As soon as we reach into this, like this is more of a balanced price range right here from this high to this low, and the market is likely to reject and bounce up higher. You can call it your breaker, your balanced price range, whatever, but either way, the market was going to bounce there, and it did perfectly. So this is kind of why you want to be in and out in these trades whenever you don't have that higher time frame confluence, and like it's lower time frame versus lower time frame PDRA. You don't know how far the market's going to move and how far you're going to reach into certain PDRAs in certain areas. So that's basically really it. There was no trade idea. We were watching Euro. I will go over that. But again, here's the account. You can see we have 50K. Again, I just keep doing this, but I will be consistent this time. I started it March 31st, which was basically today. I started it like at 1 a.m. And I am on my monk mode. But if you just go see the other channel, you can see the vlogs, you can see the habits we're doing and the progression we're making there, and with the build up to getting here. So just the account we're aiming for, 5%. What is it? We're aiming for 6%. I'm tripping. It's not 8%. It's 6%. Yeah, but now we're retracing back up, which is pretty normal, pretty fine. We're gonna erase everything here. On the 15, this is kind of where the confluence was. Was the 15-minute CIBI here, which was getting respected at first, and then we started to move lower. We also had this breaker market structure right there. Again, no real high time from structure here. Honestly, this is kind of why this trade idea wasn't really the best. Let's see, that's 1 hour. 1 hour, you can see we're just instantly dropping lower, and there wasn't really anything that on the higher time from, even like the 1 hour is not even a higher time from to me. Like the daily and up is a higher time from. Like the weekly, monthly, and the daily are kind of what I classify as my higher time frame. You can see the sell side mat, market maker mat, 4H. You can see the 4H. We don't have much either for retracing back up into. We can retrace into this volume imbalance. I think that would even be about a higher confluence. But again, the weekly profile, I'm trying to see form here. I just don't know. We have NFP this week. I'm trying to see what weekly profile we form this week, and from then on, I think I can make my decision of what I'm going to be looking for. Until then, that we have to be patient, see what leads up towards that weekly profile till Friday. I think Friday's going to be the most highest probability. And then if not, probably tomorrow and Wednesday. But yeah, the market is just chopping right now. It's really just chopping. This probably would have got disrespected. The market, the trade idea would have been closed, because if you look at this right here, the stop loss was at the high up here. It would have got stopped out. So it's kind of the important reason of why you want to see speed and like delivery to a certain target, and then once it gets met, you just go sidelines if you're not in the trade already, because you just don't want to be, you just want to have reason and logic behind your trade idea. You don't want to be just trying to get it in and out, or be emotional trying to trade. I feel like it's just it's not logical at all. So it just comes with wisdom, I guess, and experience. Euro was one of the most Euro weekly market maker buy model, standard deviation targets up here. You see we're being met. Now we're retracing. We also have the monthly inversion fair value, which is about to form in 6 hours. And then on the daily, we also have this daily, dealing range right here. We can see we met the premium of the range and the bearish order block. Now we're starting to reject lower. We also have this candle range high, sweeping the high, coming back down. Now we're aiming for the low. Advanced CRT right there. You can probably see it on the 12H though, if we're being real. Yeah, on the 12H it looks a lot better, honestly. See, we swept the high. Now we're coming back down. We're going to look like what we want to complete it. So it's not really advanced. It looks advanced on the daily, but on the 12H it's confirmational. And then on the 4H we also have a 4-hour buy side imbalance, which isn't really getting respected. On the 1H we did also have this bearish order block right here. It's more of a mitigation block. And then we started to continue lower, and then you can see this lower here was already met. Close below, clear indication that we want to continue to the downside here. While this right here was your wick, and you can see it swept the high up there, and then we start to move lower. 30-minute, we did have this right here, so this is kind of what I was watching, but we were unable to break above here, and we were just sweeping it. and that's kind of, you know, what determined if the market was going to move or not. And we also had a 3-minute PDA right here, which was a buy side imbalance, and it wasn't getting respected right here. We also did form another one right here, but it did inverse, but it just didn't push up with speed to get past above this, you know, consecutive down close candles to make a change in the state to push up higher. It just didn't form it. So of course, pretty normal, pretty typical. The market is just not moving up. It's bearish. You kind of want to follow the order flow. You don't want to be simply trying to force, you know, a bias. You want to go with the flow. And what it gives you, you know, like especially from higher time frame to lower time frame. If higher time frame is still bullish, but the lower time frame looking bearish, just it's not adding up. You know, just zoom out, but also be logical in the lower time frames. Don't try to force it. Don't try to think this is a reversal. You know, like just use everything to your advantage until they all align together. That's your A+ setup you're looking for. You know, so yeah. And yeah, we did also have SMT here. You can see that there. We had SMT. Pretty typical, honestly, but as of right now, it looks bullish for ES, while NQ looks a little bit more bearish. But of how it looks on the lower time from like the 15, they just still look really bearish inside of the daily high, daily low. You're not really moving on the 1 day. You know, you're inside of that daily candle, which is pretty fine, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much really it. Tomorrow, hopefully, we can find a trade. I'm gonna go back to grinding, doing something else. Other habits that I have to do. So yeah, peace.